who melted our hearts in Jerry Maguire, but now Jonathan Lipnicki is all grown up and still as cheeky and charming as ever, as Angela found out when she sat down with the star.
He was the wide-eyed, spiky-haired kid who stole the hearts of millions in the late 90s. From sharing the screen with Tom Cruise in Jerry Maguire to riding alongside a CGI mouse in Stuart Little, Jonathan Lipnicki was everywhere. His charm, his timing, those iconic glasses. He wasn't just another cute kid. He was the cute kid of the decade, but then he vanished. One minute, he was Hollywood's favorite son. The next, he was gone. No scandals, no meltdowns, no viral tabloid breakdowns, just silence.
My movie dad, Jerry Maguire. That's right. I'm the cute little kid who taught you that the head weighs 8 pounds.
The human head.
As if someone had flipped a switch. So, what happened? Why did Jonathan Lipnicki disappear from the spotlight? And where's he now? Today on Then and Now, we're diving into the extraordinary rise and quiet transformation of Jonathan Lipnicki. From childhood icon to forgotten face to something far more inspiring. Jonathan was just 6 years old when he landed the role that would change his life forever, Ray Boyd in Jerry Maguire, 1996. Starring opposite Tom Cruise and Renee Zellweger, two of the biggest names in Hollywood, Lipnicki managed to steal the show. He wasn't just a scene stealer, he was scene-defining. Audiences didn't just like him, they remembered him. He wasn't reading lines, he was living them. That one moment.
I did a film with the director from Like Mike called When's Beaver Came to Town. I'm not sure when it will come out. I can't wait. What's your character?
Did you know the human head weighs 8 pounds? Wasn't just adorable. It became part of pop culture, quoted endlessly in homes, offices, and playgrounds around the world. And just like that, he was Hollywood's new darling. Producers lined up, casting agents couldn't get enough. He followed up with Stuart Little in 1999, where he brought warmth and relatability to a film about a talking mouse. No easy feat. The movie was a box office smash, and Lipnicki shined once again as George Little, the boy who teaches us all about acceptance and love. From 1996 to 2002, Jonathan Lipnicki wasn't just working, he was thriving. Red carpets, talk shows, fan mail, magazine covers, he was everywhere. A child star in every sense of the word, but even fairy tales have shadows. Hey, quick pause. If you're enjoying this trip down memory lane, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Every like, every comment helps more than you know. It helps us keep telling stories like this one, stories that matter, stories that remind us where we came from. Thanks for being here. All right, let's get back to Lipnicki. With fame came expectations, and with expectations came pressure.
I bench 250 and I'm a competitive Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter. You complete me, Jerry. Sure, you weren't my real dad, but...
By the age of 10, Jonathan Lipnicki had starred in The Little Vampire, Stuart Little 2, and several other high-profile projects. While most kids were learning cursive and multiplication tables, Jonathan was navigating contracts, costumes, and interviews. But behind those wide eyes and bright smile, the weight of stardom was building. In later interviews, Jonathan opened up about the mental toll of being a child actor, the anxiety, the pressure to always be on, the fear of not being enough to stay relevant, and something no one talks about enough, bullying. Even as he appeared on national television and blockbuster screens, Jonathan was being picked on by peers who didn't see the fame. They saw a target, the kid from Stuart Little. A punchline? Worse still, Hollywood is fickle. Studios were already looking for the next it kid, the next new face, and Jonathan's phone stopped ringing. One day you're the headline, the next you're the footnote. As Jonathan entered his teenage years, things changed. He hit puberty, like every kid does, but unlike every kid, his transformation came with career consequences. The roles dried up, and he wasn't the tiny, adorable scene stealer anymore. Casting directors didn't know what to do with him. Too old for the cute roles, too young for the mature ones. Hollywood didn't adapt. It moved on. Unlike many child actors who turned to destructive habits in the spotlight,
From my fluffy hair to my infectious giggle to my precocious fun facts.
You know big dogs can smell fear.
What a little scam.
Jonathan simply stepped back. He enrolled in a regular high school. No handlers, no cameras, just books, lockers, and crowded hallways. But normal wasn't easy either. He's talked about how painful that time was. The loneliness, the identity crisis. One moment, he was on the set with A-list stars. The next, he was being mocked in the cafeteria. He wasn't forgotten. He was haunted by who he had been. That silence? It wasn't a breakdown, it was survival. It was him stepping out of the world's expectations and into his own. Far from the cameras, Jonathan Lipnicki began a personal journey most never saw. He went to therapy, faced the depression and anxiety head-on. He took time to heal, not just mentally, but spiritually and physically. One of his biggest breakthroughs, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. At first, it was a way to cope, a discipline, but it soon became a passion, and eventually a lifeline. The focus, the resilience, the quiet power of it. It gave him control again. It gave him strength. At the same time, he began to study acting seriously, not as a child star, but as an artist. No red carpets, no instant applause, just the work. He took indie roles, theater gigs, student projects. He learned to love the craft for what it is, not for what it gets you. He was no longer trying to get back to where he was. He was trying to move forward into who he truly wanted to be. In the past decade, Jonathan Lipnicki has returned to acting, but on his own terms.
Middle of nowhere, kind of in Texas. Somewhere in Texas, they're not sure the range or the town. Okay, some like little Texas.
He's appeared in darker, more grounded roles in films like Broil and Pooling to Paradise. Projects with depth, complexity, and edge. Not box office smashes, but honest work, gritty, real. He's also started producing, helping small, up-and-coming filmmakers get their voices heard. Collaborating behind the scenes, uplifting others. And jiu-jitsu? It's no longer just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. He's earned his black belt. He coaches, he competes. He mentors young athletes and actors, teaching them how to find balance, discipline, and confidence. He speaks openly about mental health, bullying, and resilience, not as a victim, as a survivor. His social media is a reflection of who he is today. Motivational posts, throwbacks to his childhood career, training videos, behind-the-scenes footage, and a deep commitment to making a real impact. He's part of a growing movement of former child stars rewriting the narrative. From burnouts to builders. In podcasts, he's said it clearly, I don't want pity. I just want people to know the story didn't end. It evolved.
And my movie dad, Jerry Maguire. That's right. I'm the cute little kid who taught you that the head weighs 8 pounds.
A human head.
So where is Jonathan Lipnicki now? He lives in Los Angeles. He acts, he trains, he mentors, he writes, he volunteers. He's not chasing headlines, he's chasing meaning. He works with mental health organizations. He speaks at schools. He shows up for kids who feel lost because he was one of them. And he knows that sometimes just being seen can change a life. His definition of success has changed. It's not about fame, it's about impact. In one recent interview, he said something simple but profound. Being famous at 10 isn't impressive, but surviving it, that's a story. Jonathan Lipnicki didn't fade. He transformed. And in doing so, he may have become something far more powerful than a movie star. He became real. Jonathan Lipnicki may never be the star he once was, but maybe that's the point. Because in a world obsessed with fame, he chose something harder: authenticity. If this story resonated with you, we'd love to know. What's your favorite Jonathan Lipnicki moment? Was it Stuart Little, Jerry Maguire, or maybe a moment from his comeback journey? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more inspiring stories from the world of then and now, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who grew up with these classics. More untold stories are coming. Until then, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.